When someone causes us pain, our first instinct might be to think about getting back at them. This natural response to hurt, deeply woven into our emotions, often seems like the only way to right the wrongs we feel. But this video aims to shift that perspective. Instead of focusing on revenge, we'll explore more constructive responses that not only help us heal, but also lead to personal growth and better emotional health. This approach not only benefits us, but also transforms the very fabric of how we interact with the world around us. Emotional pain can be as debilitating as physical pain. Whether it comes from betrayal, disappointment, or outright malice, the sting can linger, deeply affecting our lives and how we view relationships. It's essential to recognize that such pain often stems from our expectations and attachments to others. When these are not met, we feel hurt. This understanding is crucial because it shifts some of the power back to us. We start to see that our pain, while triggered by external actions, can be managed and mitigated by our internal responses. By looking into the origins of our hurt, we can begin to unravel the threads of our emotional reactions. It's often not just about what was done to us, but also about our personal histories, our past hurts that have not been fully healed, and our emotional vulnerabilities. Recognizing this doesn't excuse the actions of those who hurt us, but it gives us a clearer path to understanding and overcoming our pain. This deeper understanding is vital because it lays the groundwork for moving from reaction to response. Transitioning from the desire for revenge to a more constructive response requires a profound shift in perspective. Revenge is a reactive stance, often leading to actions that we might later regret. It's based on the principle of retaliation, a cycle that perpetuates pain rather than resolving it. On the other hand, responding thoughtfully to hurt involves a proactive approach. It's about taking control of the narrative of our own lives, choosing actions that align with our long-term well-being rather than immediate emotional relief. Forgiveness might seem a counterintuitive response to being hurt, but it holds the key to breaking the cycle of pain. It's important to clarify that forgiveness does not mean condoning or excusing someone's harmful actions. Instead, it's about releasing the burden of resentment that ties our well-being to the actions of another person. When we forgive, we essentially free ourselves from the emotional tether that binds us to the person who hurt us, allowing us to move forward with our lives. The act of forgiving can be challenging, especially when the hurt is deep. But the freedom it brings is immense, and it allows us to reclaim our energy and focus it on more positive aspects of our lives, like personal development and new relationships. This doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about forgetting what happened. Rather, it's about choosing to no longer let those events control our happiness and mental peace. By forgiving, we take back our power, making it possible to respond to life's challenges with greater calm and less bitterness. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for anyone seeking to grow from their experiences of being hurt. This process involves looking inward to understand more about our own responses and what triggers them. It also helps us identify patterns in our relationships that may make us vulnerable to similar hurts in the future. This kind of introspection can be eye-opening and sometimes difficult, but it is crucial for true personal development. Through self-reflection, we can learn to distinguish between situations we have control over and those we do not. This discernment is vital because it helps us focus our energy more productively. Instead of dwelling on the hurt or the actions of others, we can focus on aspects of our lives where we can make positive changes, like our reaction patterns, emotional triggers, and personal boundaries. Over time, this leads to a stronger, more resilient self who is better equipped to handle whatever comes next. Transitioning from hurt to empowerment involves recognizing the potential for personal growth that lies within every challenging experience. When we decide to use our pain as a catalyst for empowerment, we shift our focus from what has been done to us to what we can do for ourselves. This is not about denying the pain or the impact it has had on our lives, but about redirecting our energy towards self-strengthening endeavors. One of the most effective ways to transform pain is through developing new skills or deepening existing talents that reinforce our sense of self-worth and competence. Whether it's learning a new language, taking up a creative hobby, or advancing our professional skills, each step we take can help dilute the bitterness of past hurts and replace it with pride in our new capabilities. The empowerment comes from within, growing each time we choose activities that build us up instead of breaking us down. Emotional intelligence is a key element in effectively managing and transforming our emotional health. It involves more than just recognizing our own emotions. It also includes understanding how to respond to the emotions of others in a way that is respectful, empathetic, and constructive. Building emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness, being able to monitor our own emotional state and recognize our emotional triggers. From there, we can work on self-regulation, which helps us manage our emotions in healthy ways. This might mean practicing mindfulness to stay present during difficult moments, or developing coping strategies that help us calm down when we feel overwhelmed. Improving our emotional intelligence also enhances our ability to empathize with others, making it easier to forge and maintain healthy relationships. These skills are essential not only for personal satisfaction, but also for professional success, as they enable us to navigate social interactions more effectively. Developing compassion both for ourselves and for others can significantly alter our responses to being hurt. Compassion involves recognizing the suffering of others without judgment, which can profoundly affect how we handle relational difficulties. It starts with self-compassion, which means treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a good friend. Self-compassion provides a supportive space to heal from emotional wounds. It encourages us to acknowledge our feelings without criticism, allowing us to move through emotions like anger and sadness more fluidly. When we nurture compassion within ourselves, we are less likely to harbor resentment or seek revenge, as we understand that these responses harm us more than they help. Extending compassion outwardly towards those who have hurt us can also diffuse conflict, leading to healthier interpersonal dynamics. This doesn't mean excusing their actions, but rather choosing to respond in a way that aligns with our values and promotes peace. Creating and maintaining healthy boundaries is essential for any individual seeking to transform hurt into a constructive force. Boundaries help define what we are comfortable with and how we expect to be treated by others. And they are not walls meant to keep people out, but rather guidelines that help us foster respect and mutual understanding in our relationships. Setting boundaries can be particularly empowering after experiencing hurt, as it reinforces our self-worth and expectations for future interactions. It also provides a clear framework for what behavior we will and will not accept, preventing similar hurts from reoccurring. Learning to assertively communicate our boundaries can further enhance our sense of empowerment and self-respect. This process helps to ensure that our relationships are supportive and enriching rather than sources of continual distress. While we end, it is important to recognize that the journey of healing and growth is ongoing. Moving forward from hurt does not mean forgetting it or pretending it didn't matter. Instead, it's about integrating our experiences into our life's narrative in a way that enriches rather than diminishes us. Accepting this forward-moving mindset involves accepting that setbacks and hurt are part of life, but they don't have to define our entire existence. By applying the concepts of forgiveness, self-reflection, emotional intelligence, compassion, and healthy boundaries, we equip ourselves with a robust toolkit for navigating future challenges. This proactive approach empowers us to not only survive future hurts, but to thrive despite them. Let's reflect on the core message of this discussion. The best revenge is not found in returning hurt for hurt, but in living well and thriving. True empowerment comes from choosing actions that align with our highest selves, fostering peace, growth, and resilience. By focusing on positive responses and personal development, we turn our experiences of hurt into stepping stones for a more fulfilled and joyful life. Each step forward in this journey is a testament to our strength and capacity to overcome adversity. As we continue to grow and apply these principles, we not only heal ourselves, but also influence those around us through our example of grace and resilience. Let this knowledge inspire us all to choose paths that lead to healing and empowerment, creating a cycle of positivity that reverberates through every aspect of our lives.